Hello everyone, welcome back to ToadKnight JRPG. Today we're diving deep into Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. The game was officially announced on April 2nd, and I've been hyped ever since. A few years ago, I played Bravely Default 2 on the Switch, and I instantly fell in love with the series. The class system, the combat, and the job synergy all blew me away. It really had that classic JRPG feel, with some really fresh mechanics. Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster is set to release June 5th, 2025, and it's going to be a launch title for the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, I probably won't be picking up a Nintendo Switch 2 on release day, let's be real, but if recent JRPG releases are any indication, I have hope that this remaster may land on Steam a few months later. No confirmation, just an optimistic guess. The game is being published by Square Enix and developed by Cattle Call, known for their work on Legend of Legacy and The Alliance Alive. The chibi-style vibes from these games feel like a great fit here. Tomoya Asano is producing this title, a name you might recognize from Octopath Traveler 2, Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, and Live Alive, or Live Alive. I'm still not sure how to pronounce that title. So yeah, we're in good hands. So what is Bravely Default Flying Fairy? Well, it's a classic turn-based JRPG with a unique twist on combat that inspired titles like Octopath Traveler. The story takes place in Luxembourg, a world sustained by 4 elemental crystals: wind, water, fire, and earth, which are protected by the crystal orthodoxy. When the crystals are swallowed by darkness, the balance of nature falls apart, sparking a journey to restore them. If this kind of sounds familiar, originally Bravely Default was actually planned to be another game in the Final Fantasy franchise, around Final Fantasy IV, but some complications on the back end happened and it ended up becoming its own game. The main characters in the first Bravely Default are Agnès Oblige, a 20-year-old wind vestal on a mission to purify the corrupted crystals. Also on the journey is Tiz Aruror, a 19-year-old survivor of a massive calamity in Kaldisla. He's a grieving and determined character. Edea Lee, the other adventurer in the party, an 18-year-old from Eternia with strong moral values. She's initially sent to capture Agnès, but joins her cause after questioning her. Our last party member is Ringabel, a mysterious amnesiac carrying a book called Dee's Journal that somehow predicts the future. They're also a bit of a flirt. They team up to awaken the crystals and are guided by a fairy named Ari, but things get weird when they start hopping across parallel worlds, repeating their quest again and again. Let's talk about the combat system for a second, because I actually really like this classic combat system. I fell in love with it when I played Bravely Default 2, and I'm gonna fall in love with it again when this game comes out, or when I can get my hands on it. The battle system revolves around Brave Points, BP. You can default to defend and stock BP, or go into Brave mode to spend BP, and act multiple times in a turn. It sounds a little confusing. Basically, you're going to switch between defense and attack, and the more you defend, the more you can attack later on in their next turns. That's kind of the gist of it. You'll pick it up very fast, though. It's very intuitive, and it makes battles incredibly strategic and satisfying. You really need to know when to switch to default mode and when to switch back to Brave mode to spend your BP. There are 24 unique jobs in the game, and you unlock them by defeating asterisk bosses. Here's a quick breakdown. The Freelancer class, it's a versatile class with balanced stats and an ability to equip a wide range of gear. It's your starting class. We then go into the Monk class, a martial artist specializing in powerful unarmed attacks. The White Mage, a healer focused on restorative and protective magic. The Black Mage, an offensive spellcaster wielding elemental magic. A Knight, a defensive warrior capable of protecting allies, one of my favorites. A Thief, a swift combatant adept at stealing items and exploiting enemy weaknesses. A Merchant, a class that manipulates economic skills to influence battles. We're most likely going to be using the Merchant in our grinding phases. Spell Fencer, a warrior who enchants weapons and elemental magic. This will definitely be a fan favorite. Time Mage, a magic user who manipulates time to cast spells like haste and slow. Very useful in any team. A Ranger, a ranged attacker specializing in bows and exploiting enemy weaknesses. A Summoner, a mage who calls forth powerful beings to unleash devastating attacks. A Valkyrie, a lancer with jump attacks that deal significant damage from above, kind of like a dragoon if you're used to Final Fantasy. A Red Mage, a versatile spellcaster proficient in both black and white magic. A Salve Maker, an alchemist who combines items to create various effects. Shout out to Atler Yumia. A Performer, A support class that boosts allies' stats through songs and performances, basically a bard. A pirate, a brute force attacker who uses powerful physical skills to debilitate enemies. It seems like a debuffer. A ninja, a fast and evasive fighter capable of dual-wielding weapons. A swordmaster, a disciplined warrior who counters enemy moves with precision. An arcanist, a dark magic user who casts potent spells that affect both allies and enemies. Important. Quite dangerous. Spirit master, a support mage who enhances the party's resilience and provides elemental protection. Templar, a holy knight combining offensive and defensive capabilities. Vampire, a versatile class that learns enemies' abilities and uses them in battle, kind of like a blue mage. A dark knight, a formidable attacker who sacrifices HP to unleash powerful dark abilities. I use them a lot in Bravely Default 2. And a conjurer, a summoner who calls upon elemental forces to aid in battle. Each class offers unique strategies and playstyles, allowing for extensive customization to tailor your party to your preferred approach. Personally, I'm looking forward to using the Vampire, Pirate, and Valkyrie in my run. I really want to make a party with those because they just sound really cool. Visually, this game in the HD Remaster is going to be a huge upgrade. They've revamped the UI for Switch 2, added fast forward options for battles, and even let you tweak encounter rates. I hope these improvements will be similar to what we saw in Suikoden 1 and 2 Remaster, where we could speed up battles and also use the auto battle option to kind of get through the grinding process a lot quicker. Little changes like that go a long way in cutting down the overall grind of a JRPG. They've also added 2 brand new Switch 2 minigames, the Luxenshire Rhythm Catch, a rhythm game where you swipe and tap and beat using the Joy-Con 2 motion controls. There's multiple tracks in this and difficulties to make it worth diving into. Ringabel's Panic Cruise, a chaotic airship piloting challenge. One Joy-Con manages altitude while the other handles steering. Meanwhile, your crewmates throw spontaneous tasks at you mid-fight, like flipping switches or popping balloons. It seems pretty wild. There's also enhanced online features in this game. There's a few online things that the 3DS did with this game that utilize the 3DS's online features. They're definitely enhancing this one to more modern online features. The online features in this game are the Norin village reconstruction. You can connect online to friends and people around the world to rebuild the Norin faster, to unlock unique items and such. To me, honestly, these seem like kind of last-second add-on online features that they did on the DS a long time ago to kind of promote the DS's online features. So I don't know how much I'm going to be actually using these or how much they'll be utilized in the actual game. There's a friend summon system where you can bring a friend's character into battle to assist you, which might actually be kind of fun if you have friends who actually play this game with you. There's the ability link system, Abalink. You can borrow job levels and abilities from friends online. I do not recommend this. This seems kind of a cheating in a way. I don't really like it. All these features are kind of upgraded to the modern capabilities that the Switch 2 has to offer. Bravely Default made me a fan of the franchise, and I can't wait to dive into this upgraded version of the original. I'm hoping it makes its way to PC eventually, but until then, I'll be watching Switch 2 news like a hawk. Let me know if you played the original 3DS version and if you liked it better than Bravely Default 2. I'm curious to what others think. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps a new channel like mine. Also, check out my story-focused channel, GG Files, for full story recaps. Link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.